expresses the greatness of our God. In the story, we hear of a teenage girl who is sitting off by herself one day, no doubt thinking of things teenage girls do. She is most likely on her cell phone or texting a friend talking about that cute boy named Joseph. And as she is sitting there quietly lost in thought, pondering her well-planned-out future with Joseph, an angel suddenly appears and tells Mary that she has been chosen to do this most difficult task. And Mary, a teenage girl, asks only one question. Then, without hesitation, agrees to do this thing she is being asked to do. A task she knows that will make her unpopular and will make people talk about her behind her back and will threaten her relationship with that cute boy named Joseph and will certainly disrupt her most well-planned out future. Yet despite all these things, she agrees to do it. And here is the unbelievable part to me. She agrees to do it without any argument. Talk about one of the great miracles of the Bible. This is indeed one of them. When I hear in the story that there is no eye-rolling, arguing, running off and slamming the bedroom door, teenage, angst-ridden, drama-laced response for Mary being told what to do by God the Father, I think to myself, there may be no greater story in our Bible that our God is truly a great God. Yeah, I think it's fair to say that we Episcopalians like a good story. We are a story people because our lives are made up of a series of stories. Telling and living stories is something that we do all the time. Today, for example, your stories may have started when you arrived at church and had a quick visit with friends. You shared your stories of the week past, catching up on events of your life that have occurred since the last time you saw each other. Stories are how we relate to things, places, and other people. And of course, it's how we relate to Jesus Christ. Stories are important to us. For example, here are two stories we know very well and are very important to us. The first story we are all very familiar with is the Easter story. And it goes something like this. Jesus had many enemies who wanted to be rid of him. Jesus knew that he only had a short time left. The Thursday before he died, Jesus invited all the disciples to have supper with him. It was to be their last meal together with all the original disciples gathered together. Remember me, Jesus said, when you eat the bread and drink the wine, I am going to live with my Father, but I will be with you wherever you go. On Friday, soldiers arrested Jesus, tried him in the court of Pontius Pilate, then nailed him to a cross. Jesus said, "Father, forgive them. They know not what they do." When Jesus died, his friends placed his body in a cave and covered the cave entrance with a large stone. On Sunday, 3 days later, a friend of Jesus named Mary Magdalene went to the cave. The stone had been rolled away. The cave was empty. An angel appeared and said, "Peace be with you. Jesus is risen from the dead." Jesus appeared to his friends several times after his resurrection. He told them to teach others about God's love. "Tell the people," said Jesus, "to believe in me, even if they can't see me." And then Jesus went up to heaven to live with his Father. Jesus' defeat of death is at the center of our Christian hope. The importance of the resurrection and the hope it brings, as told in the Easter story, has led us to call ourselves an Easter people. But before we can call ourselves an Easter people, we first must must hear another story. The other story we know as the Christmas story. And I mean the real Christmas story, not the one sold and told in stores starting shortly after Halloween. The real Christmas story where Mary and Joseph are required to make an arduous journey to Bethlehem for the Roman-mandated census. Once they arrive at Bethlehem, there is no room in the inn, so they are forced to sleep in a stable with the animals. That night, the baby Jesus is born. They had no cradle, so they laid Jesus on the hay in a manger. Some shepherds were resting nearby with their sheep. God sent an angel to them. The angel said, "Christ child is born tonight. You will find him laying in a manger." Amazed, the shepherds went to see the new baby king. This is the story we have been anxiously waiting to tell during Advent and to live again. Our belief in the incarnation of Jesus is very important into how we understand him and how our relationship with God is revealed through him. The word incarnation is used to express the idea of God coming to earth in human form as Jesus. Theologically, the humanity of Jesus is an important aspect of his earthly life. Jesus is divine, yet also took on a human body to identify with humanity. He did that for us. He was born of a woman, ate food, slept, and experienced temptation. Like other humans, he could perspire and he could bleed. He also displayed human emotions, including anger, joy, and sorrow. Jesus became human as part of his plan to die in our place as a sacrifice. Further, in order to be resurrected, he first had to physically die, which required taking on a frail, vulnerable human body. Our salvation completely depends upon Jesus coming to this world in a human form. His love was fully displayed in taking on a human form and then allowing this form to be broken as a sacrifice on our behalf. The importance of the incarnation as told in the Christmas story, defining our relationship with God and ensuring our salvation, has led us to call ourselves a Christmas people. But before we can call ourselves a Christmas people, we must first hear another story. The other story is from our gospel lesson today and is in many ways just as important as the previous two stories I just retold. If Advent is a season of hopeful anticipation of God's breaking into our world and into our time, and if Advent is a time to slow down, be quiet, and to willingly give oneself to God, and if Advent is the start of our church season in which we live through the life and story of Jesus Christ again and again, then perhaps this story for Luke is our Advent story. We are told of a young girl who follows the command of God even into an uncertain future. In Advent, we know that in order to truly celebrate Christmas, we must first slow down and listen to what God is telling all of us to do. Mary teaches us that we need to have faith in God, for in God nothing will be impossible. Mary teaches us that we cannot be passive in our relationship with God. We have to be a willing partner in God's holy disruption of the world around us. We are a story people. We are a Easter people. We are a Christmas people. We are an Advent people. But most importantly, brothers and sisters, we are God's people. And as God's people, we have a story to tell. A story to tell with our voice and with our heart. And we are being invited